I'm Kenny Osborne, and to describe myself, I'm trying to learn or relearn who God is and what He calls me to do. Ever since I was little, I've been a part of the church, and I've loved studying the Bible and learning about God and how I can live what God wants me to do. Up until I was about 13 or 14, I thought I knew that. I'd studied a lot, done a lot with the church, with my mom's church, and just before that, when I was about 8, my parents got divorced, and that really got me into going to church more. But I didn't realize that I didn't know anything for myself. I knew what I'd been told, and I hadn't asked a whole lot of questions and learned very much. My junior year of high school, I had a falling out when my church, after my parents got divorced, hadn't said anything to them. And one of the people from my church told me that the problems I was having with my parents' divorce, I needed to give to God. And he hadn't said anything to my mom or my dad about the divorce. So all I could think was, God is someone you give your problems that you don't want to deal with. So for a couple months I was really depressed because I didn't understand the Bible anymore. That's the way that I viewed the world. All my friends always called me the Christian or the religious kid because that's all I wanted to talk about. I just wanted to talk about God with my friends, or I wanted to talk about the Bible, and no one really cared about that. For about 6 months to a year, I was depressed and life really sucked, until my youth pastor Grant Daly sent me a message and we started getting together, and I started relearning about the Bible and who God was. And I learned about a God who was loving and called us to do things rather than saving us from sin or eternal damnation. And I'm trying to continue that learning by applying to GOD. I see people there that love the Bible and it's important to them, and they talk about it all the time, and I want to be a part of that. I'm going on to mission because people like Ty Matthews and Meg Matthews have told me about experiences they've had where God on the mission, God was able to work through them and change who they were, change them as a person. And I want God to do that with me. I want to be able to change on the mission so I can get to know God and what His calling for me is. I'm really looking forward to it and hope that I really get a good change and get to know God on this mission.